Okay, so I'm gonna grab a little bit of my black. My crystals are a little stiff in this. I must have not dried it really well. I'm gonna get some black in my sap green. I'm gonna put water in this mixture, okay? Water, water, water. All right. Need to pull a softer brush here in a minute. And then I'm going to take a little bit of white and I'm gonna tap it off, okay? Tap it off. So I'm going to start at the point. Let me move this up just a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna start at the point here, all right? I'm gonna pull around to the side, apply pressure, all right? And then I'm going to pull this in, pull in, pull in, pull in, all right? I'm gonna lift off as we come to the center, all right? We're gonna come back and we're gonna highlight this also, all right? So I think I'm gonna get some of my middle green also, okay? And I'm going to go around this side. And the parts on the sample that you're looking at that look like there's some yellow in here, it's not yellow, it's when we put the gold on, okay? So I'm going to take a little bit of the darker watered down. I'm going to use the side of my brush. I'm going to pull some like Y's down there so we get a little bit of a vein going on, okay? So we're going to have that as our first one. Always water down this first amount, okay? Or first mixture of the black and the green, all right? So I'm going to get a little bit more water that down. I'm going to get a little bit of my white, okay? And then I'm going to go right here and pull this around. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Pull in. Lift off, okay? Let me see. I'm sorry, Tina. You poor thing, Tina. I'm sorry. You know what? It was really windy out here today, so I don't know if it's windy where you're at. It's not anymore, but it was all day. Watch, I probably just jinxed myself. I'm going to get a little bit of my black and my green again. I'm going to go like, if you're on a black canvas, you're going to have that nice, you're going to have that nice shadow in there to start with, so you won't have to worry about that at all. Okay, so I'm going to change this up just a little bit. Sometimes get some of my middle green. Sometimes you can take like a tiny bit of brown. I love greens and browns together. I'm going to put my white on my tip. I'm going to tap it off. So we don't want them all to look exactly alike, okay? So I'm going to start my tip. Pressure, 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 pressure. Now we're going to pull it in. Pull in, pull in, pull in, okay? Our watered down amount, all right? Get a couple little bits of white, and we're going to go, I'm going to start at the point again. I'm going to pull it around, okay? Pressure, and then pull in and lift off, okay? So I'm going to get a little bit of darkness through the middle. Go back to the dark. I have no words at the end of the day, I swear. I should teach in the morning. I do at the studio. That's when the schools come in. Okay, let me see. There's a cold front coming through and it's off on my body. Oh my gosh, Susan, I'm sure it's coming here next. Oh, that's why I was so bad last week too. It's all the up and down. It is so windy. It's got to be why. Oh, you're determined. You're so funny. Okay, so, and you can turn, like I'm going to turn my canvas. I'm going to, start getting in these leaves right here. Okay, so say I want this one to be a little darker. I'm going to get a little bit more brown, black, and the green. Yeah, listen, with this time of year with the weather up and down, that's one of the big reasons why, like, I have to go in the steroid treatments too, is like, it's too painful. I know that's not good for you either, but sometimes it's the only thing I could do. Okay, so I might get a little bit more brown in my white. I'm going to come back through here. You can always make another run at it. I'm going to come on this side and pull in, pull in, pull in, all right? I'm going to get a little bit of darkness. Like I said, if you're on a black canvas, you don't have to put this darkness in, a little bit of Y's. This isn't a really thin, fine edge on this. Let me see what else I have sitting here. Oh, better. Okay. So then I have, let's see, You got to be careful. This one, I need to make sure it was a petal. It is a petal. Okay, so I'm going to go back here and make this one a little bit lighter, maybe with a little bit of my middle green, a little bit more of the middle green. So I am excited for Santa next week. I have to tell you, because I used to, like years ago when I did that other Santa, realistic Santa, we still see them on people's mantles to this day. I'm all over Facebook when Christmas comes, and I love it. They're like so pretty. So I can't wait to see this one, you know, because he's different. This Santa's different. He's like our golden Santa. So I'm excited. So make sure you guys are with us. Grab a little bit more dark. This is all, you know, has water in the base of it, okay? We can come back and highlight them once we get this in. Getting the base of everything in. I thought about like trying to get everything in today with this, but I don't want to rush you guys either or keep everybody up really late. But so we can like do another one, like fit in as much as possible this month, so we can keep doing more like Christmas paintings. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go back, get a little bit of white. I'm gonna pull this in. What I do that with, I think recently, I did that last month. I think I kept you guys on, and you guys were like, just finish it. Pull this over here. Again, you can always grab browns. You can, the other colors that I've used for the leaves around the poinsettias are like with some teal. I want to put this one on my mantle. I hope it looks good so I can, you'll do a beautiful job. I am sure of it. Your work's been beautiful. Luann, aren't you the one who loves leaves? Kelly, it's so true. Oh, thanks, Deb. You're so nice. I really like the color of your leaves. So pretty. Thanks, Trish. You guys are so nice. Yeah, Luann with these leaves. The 1 month, was that September? She picked in the studio every painting that had like 1 million leaves. And she is doing a great job with her leaves, but she is hilarious about it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have this leaf right here that I'm gonna work on here. It has more browns and blacks. So it's a little bit darker. We're trying to make them all a little bit different. So Leanne, you're gonna be a pro with this one too. Maybe I should just bring you to my home studio one night and so you could work on the leaves with her, right? Luann's like hilarious. She makes me laugh. Okay, a little bit of white. Sometimes I'm grabbing the white afterwards just to change it up a little too, but I want that nice framed in look on the edge. Okay. And then we're gonna go underneath it. So I used to, like a long time ago, we used to, not a long time ago, but a couple years ago, we used to film at the studio all the time initially. And the Wi-Fi over there tends to go in and out, even though we have extenders and everything else. So I am gun shy to film over there. As much filming as we did, but I'm sure like people remember like we would lose signal and stuff. We've even had like Comcast out and everything. So I'm just not too keen on going over there. I love watching you paint, especially when I'm not painting, as they then can pay attention to every little thing you do. You're so nice, Sarah. You're a beautiful painter. How are you making the lines in the leaves? So what I'm doing, Cheryl, is I'm just taking a little bit of darkness, so black or black with brown or black with green, and I'm just taking the skinny part of the brush, bringing it down the center, and then I'm kind of making a few little Y's there, okay? A few little Y's. My brush was a little bit thicker that I was using over here, but just a couple very light, watered down little Y's to implicate the veins in there, okay? Not a lot of detail, okay? So I'm going to keep turning this around. Don't kill me that it's upside down, but I'm gonna start using a little bit lighter. I'm gonna pull in my green and my brown with a little bit more white, okay? And I'm gonna get in some, just a little bit lighter down here. I'm gonna cover up the berry. I'll put it in later, not worried. Okay, I want to go around this side. I'll pull it in. I'm going to go back and get my darkness. I'm going to get my brown, a little bit of black. I feel like I'm going to wipe off my brush a little bit because it had too much white on it. And let's get this little shadow down in through here. lifting off. I have to tell you though, I slept the last couple of days. I feel like a new person. Sleep really makes a big difference. Then the weather will change. I won't sleep again. But it was nice to sleep. Okay, so also the gold really changes the look of these. Okay, so this is like gold on here. Can you see that? So it will change it. It makes it look nice and warm, really beautiful. So try not to worry. Like, again, we just ask for you to trust the process. We'll get you there, but I don't want you to worry if you're looking at the original and thinking, oh, that's not looking like that. There's some steps in here still. We're going to come back and highlight these as well. Okay. Sorry, it's upside down. I'll go back the other way here soon. All right, so I'm going to get a little bit of darkness to go in the middle. You could always do that with your round brush too if you don't have a nice edge on your brush. So I always need to turn it back the right way to get my, my perspective on everything. So I'm okay with that. I'm going over some of my berries. You can always put those in. They're going to be black, so they'll cover anything. Oops, gold makes it look elegant. Beautiful. Thank you. I agree, Kathy. I always like gold on leaves. Luann says, I feel like she made me make 1,000,002 leaves freehand. I was going insane. I put a G for green leaves. I've done that too, Trish. So she's saying she puts a G for the leaves, R for the flowers, so it would be easier when it came time to paint them. That is very, very smart, very smart. Hi, Eve. How are you? See, she is a pro now, Susan. She's got it. She's got it. There's no worries at all. I'm telling you. But it is so funny. Like if I bring in, I come in the studio and I bring in a new painting and it has leaves in it. She's like, oh my gosh. Meanwhile, she does them so well, She's too funny. Okay, so let's water this down. My watered down pile is not so watered down anymore. So I'm getting my green, my black, a little bit of brown. Remember, a little bit of pressure. Pull in, pull in, pull in. Okay. We're going to get darkness around the bottom. So when you have to trace around this petal, pull up, make sure that your strokes are going in the same direction as when you were pulling in. Okay. Once you get that in, and remember, we're going to add some highlights to these as well. But let's go and get our little veins in through here. And like I said, you can make them neater, more precise if you wanted to with your round brush. All right. Bring this down a little bit further. But just try to change up your colors just slightly as you go around. Casey said I am, I guess teacher knows best. Aw, poor Tina. Poor Tina, poor Tina. Okay, so I'm going to get my black again. I'm going to get my sap. You can even touch it with a little Arctic blue. Change it up just a little. Pull this around. Pull in, pull in, pull in. We'll bring this a little darker down the bottom of this side. Pull this way. Okay. And we're going to get a little bit of darkness to put in the center. A little bit darker towards the bottom. Pay attention to your pressure. You're always lifting off. Okay. This one I think is going to need a little bit of a white vein. So when I'm getting and we can go back and put white through each one as well. I like to put just a little touch down the middle. But if they're super dark, then I start adding in, most of the time I have a little bit of white down the center anyway. I think I'm going to get a little bit more brown with this one on the underside. So I'm going to go here. While I have that darkness, I'm going to pull that in here. Pull in, pull in. I'm going to get a little bit of white. Come around this way. Pull in, pull in. This one's a little awkward because it's, the shape of it around that petal. So I'm going to get a little bit of my sap green and my white. I'm going to highlight this a little. I'm going to try the harnesses on the dogs tomorrow, Luann. She has Starry Night harnesses for the dogs. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Oops, I just threw my brush. They're going to love me so much. They'll look cute. My first two Shih Tzus that lived till 18 and 19. Oh my gosh. This is pre-kids. I mean, I had them through when I had the kids, but I got them before the kids. And I dress them up all the time. These ones aren't so used to it. So we'll see how they do. When they were little, I put hats on them though. Just mixing my colors a little. Make this a little darker right here. Pressure around the sides. It's like that's a little too much. Some white. So my grandma's 94th birthday party was on Sunday. That was really something. She amazes me. Listen, she cooks, she cleans, she drives. She remembers everything from when we were like babies. Oh my gosh. I'm not like that now in my 50s, you know. And so tomorrow I have a luncheon with her after I teach the kids from the school. And so I'm looking forward to that. I'm just putting a little bit of white down the middle of some of these, okay? And I'm pressing so I get like a little bit of a chunky look when I'm doing it. I want all of this to be like pretty loose, all right? So I'm gonna get my sap green, a little bit of black, grab my white, tap it off, okay? I'm using a decent amount of paint.